them right now. 3 others within 2 games, half a season to go. The Baltimore Ravens don't play another team with a winning record until week 18. You can make the Chiefs the favorite, and I might agree with you, but a lock, no way.
All right, like it. Ninko, let's go to your old buddy Brady. If I said Tom Brady is poised for another Super Bowl run, is that fact or fiction?
Fiction. We're talking Super Bowl run?
Yes.
Fiction. I know the game in Germany was awesome, but guess what? They had a lot of, what is it, steins of beer? Is that
sure,
what maybe?
Steins.
Yeah, Stein. Yeah, they had maybe a few after the game because it was a great win, but I don't see them in a Super Bowl run. That's fiction.
A Stein and a Schnitzel after the ball game, you feel good?
Yeah.
Bart, how about the Eagles? If I said they're better off now because they've lost a game, would that be fact or fiction?
That would be fact. I mean, it's always better to kind of, get the monkey off your back, so to speak. And also the things that get swept under the rug when you win and you do bad things that help you lose, don't get corrected. Yeah. But now everybody had to go analyze every play. Everybody got to say, we got to be better. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have bad penalties. Trust me, it's right.
No, I trust.
Don't give me that look, Greeny.
No, yeah, losing is great. I mean, you want to do it as much.
You learn more from losing and winning, Gross.
Well,
People get comfortable.
What I have learned the last couple of weeks, listening to you fine gentlemen, is that everyone should try and lose their first game of the season.
No, that's not it.
And if you mess up and accidentally win it,
that's not
you should definitely try and lose week 2, because the worst thing is to win every single game and feel like you're better than everybody else.
Yep.
Like that's terrible, man.
Sense
Who would want
of
to be
security.
that great? They should probably lose again just to be sure.
They should. False sense of security.
Colts.
What happens is
what if it's a true sense of security?
You get people's attention when you lose. People get chewed out when you lose, because now you got to analyze everything. You hold people accountable. I bet you're gonna play with their hair on fire against the Saturdays on Sunday this week.
Maybe.
So for those of you who were not with us last week, basically at this time, we had this argument.
Where's Dominique?
In which these two guys, Nick was.
He's not allowed to fire
on our side. And again, you guys were part of really good teams, and so you saw it. You have long runs. That there is something about suffering a first loss. A, the coaches have the opportunity to bring people's attention to tail, and B, that there was just some element of relief that the pressure, whatever exactly that is, of trying to go unbeaten is removed from your team. So you think this will actually benefit the Eagles?
Well, didn't A.J. Brown right after the game say we could put the undefeated?
No, he just thinks he made it up. Yeah, he just made it up. He didn't mean it.
I'll play it.
Let's see.
Alternative facts.
This was A.J. Brown after the game. Cindy, go ahead.
Roll it.
I know guys got long faces, but me personally, of course I want to win, but now all this 17-0 over with. Like, now it's not. Now we're gonna wake up and how you gonna respond?
Adversity. It doesn't develop character. It rebuilds it.
Bart was talking the whole time.
So listen, just like our picks, the table has been divided, and on this, the players are divided with the professionals on the other side.
That was a nice way to describe us. Here's the thing.
I just don't get it. Like, I understand this is how players think, but I just don't. Is there no one in that locker room who's going, dang, it would have been awesome to be.
Nobody care about that. They care about a championship. Nobody care about winning every game.
You know that it's unrealistic, and you don't want to be sitting there with these unrealistic expectations. What you want in your realistic expectations is to win a Super Bowl. And with all the pressures that go into it, as the professionals apply the pressure, it mounts. And I know, look, I know that's where
you start getting exclusive. You start acting.
I know.
Nobody wants to do a sit down with Dan Grauser.
Let me change the question then. They've lost a game. The pursuit of perfection, whatever. Bob Greasy is down there drinking champagne, celebrating. So there will be no perfect team in the NFL this season. Did you see anything from the Eagles that changes your perspective on them being the best team? Do they remain, in your mind, the best team in the NFC?
Run game. They got to stop the run. You have to stop the run. And if you're playing against a team, especially in the playoffs, and that other team is running the ball successfully, it opens up a lot more issues. It opens up the intermediate routes. It opens up the play-action pass, puts more pressure on your secondary. So for the Eagles, after this loss, they're going to have to reevaluate, okay, up front, yes, we have the pass rushers. Yes, we have the personnel. But we need to tighten up a little bit in the run game. We need to be stouter up front.
Well, they play keep away, right? And, Jordan Davis wasn't there. What did they do? They signed Linval Joseph because they identified that they have to be able to stop the run because teams are going to play keep away. And when you do that, anything can happen, because if you have one turnover, now what happens is the game is shortened and you have an opportunity to lose.
All of us who know Jeff Saturday know that the Eagles are going to see the running game this weekend, right? There's nothing in the world Jeff Saturday wants to do more than run the football. He's going to run it at the Eagles on Sunday.
So look at what they got coming up. They got Jonathan Taylor on Sunday. They got the Packers after that. We know they have running backs that can do it. They got Derrick Henry after that. Saquon Barkley after that.
Yep.
Justin Fields after that. Like, they got to figure out how to stop the run.
It's going to be some 9-on-7.
Or else they're going to to be really feeling great about themselves because they're going to be losing all the time.
No,
they can't do. They'll do
You're going to put the pads on today.
The bottom line of it is this.
Putting pressure on them. They don't even listen.
The 1 seed. So I think people are saying the Jets should beat the Patriots on Sunday. Bart Scott is saying it.
A lot of people.
Is that an overreaction?
It's not. I know it's not what you want to hear. It is not an overreaction. The Jets should win the game. They are the better team. And obviously they're reeling from the last loss, and they've lost to them 13 times in a row, and there's all kinds of psychological stuff at play. But if you look at it, that was their first game without Breece Hall after his injury. They've kind of put the run game back together a little bit the last couple weeks, coming off a bye. I know the Patriots are too. The Jets should win this game, and it would be monumental for them for a number of reasons if they did.
Yes, they've lost 13 straight to the Patriots. That's one of the reasons that it would be monumental. Okay, I feel like people are starting to say, you know what, Mike Tomlin might finish over 500 again after all is said and done. Is that an overreaction?
I think it is. Look, they're 3-6. They have the rest of their schedule. You know, there's some winnable games on there, but they have to go 6-2. They still have 4 division games left, including both against the Ravens. I just think it's too high a hill to climb. Hard to bet against Mike Tomlin, who, as we know, has never finished below 500. Maybe he gets a tie and they get to 8-1, and he keeps the streak alive. But no, I think there's too much for them to do to get there.
All right, and then there's Josh Allen, who was the overwhelming favorite to win MVP this year. And now with the struggles that we've seen in the red zone and everything else, I think people are saying he has played his way out of the MVP race. Is that an overreaction?
It is, because there's more season left than people want to give credit for. You walk around, everybody's like, oh, you know, you're more than halfway there. Nuh-uh. There's half a season left. There's as much data as is already in the hopper. There's that much more coming. And Josh Allen has had more good than bad this year. We're in a zone right now where he's had a couple of games where he's turned it over. That's no good. But the Buffalo Bills they're good enough to run the table. And if they do that, he's right back in that.
And they're good enough to do anything if he plays the way he does at his best. But then there have been the turnovers, and that's been the question, and it's been the source of a lot of conversation here. Yesterday, Allen said he has no plan to change the way he plays.
Keep shooting. It's I'm going to have the same mindset in terms of, you know, being aggressive. But again, Coach Dorsey talks about it, you know, smart but not conservative. So just trying to get back to that, and again, just go out there, play freely, not try to make a mistake, or not try to not make a mistake. Play football and be the quarterback that I know I am.
All right, so look, Bartholomew, we've had unbelievably good conversations here about this week, because there were sort of 2 schools of thought. One of them is this is what you're going to have to just accept in Josh Allen. He's going to have those moments that you pull your hair out because so much of it is spectacular. I can already see from your face you don't see it that way.
I mean, because there's a big difference between being aggressive and reckless. And sometimes he's reckless. And reckless will get you beat. Because when you talk about getting in and playing against teams that are good, it's usually the difference in the turnover battle. We used to see this all the time with Brett Favre, and we used to give him a pass, right? He had the record for most touchdowns, but he also had the record for most interceptions. And, you know, same thing, make you laugh, make you cry. This was an opportunity where maybe you just don't be that aggressive. That's throwing into tight windows into the end zone. That wasn't 3rd down, wasn't 4th down, wasn't have to have it. You live to fight another day sometimes, and he has to find that line. And that line is different from everybody else, but he sometimes relies on his arm strength too much, and he uses that instead of going where the defense dictates where the ball should go. That's the position of playing quarterback. Not always about using your physical gifts. Sometimes it's about using your mind.
Well, that's a great comparison. The comparison to Favre is a great one. And look, Brett Favre had, you know, one of the 10 or 12 best careers any quarterback ever had. No one is sneezing at that. But the point is that he's only 26 years old. If you could coach a little bit of that out of him without sacrificing the stuff that makes him great, now you genuinely could be talking about someone who's as good as anybody we've ever seen. Can that be done?
Well, you don't want to take that mindset away from a young player, because that's what makes him great. And you watch him with that ball at the end of the game, he basically drove down the field himself
Yeah.
with his legs, got them into position, and I have no problems with this play. When I watched this play, that could have been an in cut by the receiver. The receiver ran a post. It was cover 4. The safety turned his back opposite of where he went with the ball. That was either underthrown or that was a miscommunication with the receiver. If he puts that ball 1 yard below the goalpost, that's a touchdown. It's a touchdown right there. You would see that as being a touchdown. So I don't mind that throw. You
So
can't
you're
take
saying that
that
was
away.
more of